Hey there. Today we are going to do a nutrient research project. So I want to go over the assignment with you guys and then you can get started. So the assignment itself is on Schoology, but I think if I just open up the example, you'll understand what I am asking you to do. But first, you're going to need to choose a nutrient to research. So under number 2, letter B today where it says list of nutrients. If I open this real quick, this is literally just a list. It's kind of like a sign up sheet, but you do not have to sign up for anything. So this is just a list of nutrients for you to choose from. Whichever one you want, you don't have to put your name next to anything. So maybe there is something you are more curious about, like maybe you've heard about omega-6 fatty acids or potassium, or that you're deficient in something. So if there's a specific nutrient you're interested in, go ahead and select that. Otherwise, I don't know, pick one out of a hat. So you're going to choose one of these to do your research project on. And sorry, if I go back to the agenda and look at the example, I have set up a slideshow with the basic content that you're going to include. So I think it's 7 slides total. First slide, I want you to include the name of the nutrient, such as vitamin C, alternate or scientific names, such as ascorbic acid. That's another name for vitamin C. First and last name, Jennifer Henry. Period and group number, period 1B, okay, or whatever group you're in. Okay, so let's go back, or let's go over these slides and see what you need to include, and then I'll come back to this. The little colored boxes are just some reminders for us. Okay, so second slide is where you're going to have the function of your nutrient. So at least 3 functions of this nutrient. Why do we need it? What does it do for us? What's the purpose? What does it do for our body? Okay, so for each slide, you need to have your title. And then for this one specifically, at least 3 functions. Next, good food sources of your nutrient. Food sources, things that we would actually eat, along with pictures, at least 3 of each. You can have more than that, but at least 3 good food sources. When I say good food sources, again, things that we would actually eat. One year I had a student put things on there that we might get nutrients from, but we don't eat them, like chalk or toothpaste, right? Okay, next we have, how much do we need? How much of this nutrient does the average person need to consume each day? So it might be something like 60 milligrams or 70 grams, just depends on what it is. So you're going to do that research. Next slide, what are the health risks of getting too much or not enough? So on the left side, if you can identify some signs of deficiency, what could happen if we don't get enough? And on the right side, what could happen if we get too much of this nutrient? And then an interesting fact about the nutrient. And last one, resources. List the links to resources where you got your information. Make sure you're using a credible and reliable resource. Remember we talked about this. So probably a website that's not selling anything, maybe a .gov resource. I'll try to put some examples on here for you. .gov or .edu would be some great sources, but not a not a .com where they're trying to sell you food, for example. Okay, so if I go back up to the top, the first slide here has a couple of reminders. So let me just start up here, left corner, and I'll work my way around clockwise. All right, so I set this slideshow up. You can start from scratch, or you can make a copy of this one and just change everything. It doesn't really matter to me. Just make it unique. Change the background to look nice. Make it what you want it to look like. Moving over, make sure that you're getting your information from reliable sources. I just talked about that. Make sure your font stands out. So if I'm going to have a white background, make sure you have a dark font. Or if it's a dark background, make sure you have a light font. Make sure I can read it, please. I need to grade it. Next one, double check for spelling and grammar errors, please. Next one, make sure that you're adding pictures that enhance your presentation. you can add way more than the 3 pictures I asked, so that's awesome. Make it look nice, please. And make sure every slide is titled. So just like I have here on this example, it's a great place to start. So again, you're going to check out that list of nutrients, choose one. You don't have to write your name or sign up anywhere. Make your own slideshow, include the information that I just went over, and submit it on Schoology. So real quick, I will go into Schoology and show that to you. Let me move this over here. All right, so right under the agenda, we have our Unit 2 folder. And I'm going into the 6 basic nutrients folder. And nutrient research project is what you're looking at or looking for. This is due today in class. Your assignment is to select one nutrient to research. It could be a macronutrient or a micronutrient. A list of nutrients is linked. Your slideshow will include, and then I have the same thing I just went over on my example. Slide 1 is where you will have your name and period and group number, the name of your nutrient, and any alternative or scientific names your nutrient is also called. Slide 2, the function of your nutrient, at least 3. Slide 3, good food sources and pictures, at least 3 of each. Slide 4, how much do we need? How much does the average person need each day? Slide 5, are there health risks of getting too much or not enough? Slide 6, an interesting fact about your nutrient. And slide 7, a list of the resources you use to get your information. That example and the list is linked right here for you, and this is where you'll submit it here on Schoology. If you have any questions, please email me. Good luck, and I can't wait to see your projects.